Yo, I'm Brendan, and today we're going to talk about why Yotta has basically ruined itself lately and added so many ridiculous features that really nobody should be using it anymore, and why I'm using it less and less. Let's talk about these new features and why we should axe it. I'm just going to show you everything that I look at on my phone right here. Ooh, for a summary of key changes, tap here. I appreciate that. Thanks, Yotta. There's one good move. Okay, they've redefined some things here. So first off, the definition of Yotta Cash has been introduced, largely replacing the previous definition of tickets. I feel like we've only ever had tickets here for a short time and they're already swapping it out. This is one of the problems I have with Yotta. They keep changing stuff. It's so often and so strange, I can't even keep track. But let's try and keep track here. All right, so you would use the tickets to play a game to try and win. But then it also says the definition of tickets has been revised in tandem. Maybe we'll figure out what that means. It says the definitions of content, sweepstakes games, and virtual currencies has been revised to incorporate Yotta Cash. I'm hoping this isn't a dip into the world of crypto, but it could be. All right, let's look at the rule changes. Yotta Cash has been introduced throughout the official rules, largely replacing the previous function of tickets from version 1.1. Okay, so Yotta Cash has impacted the Yotta Ball Game and prizes. Yotta Ball Game prizes are now awarded in Yotta Cash, which can be redeemed one-to-one with US dollars. Why not just call it dollars? Why are we separating ourselves further and further from reality? I don't think that's to benefit us. I'm guessing that's to benefit Yotta. Because the more that we dissociate this with real money, the more we're willing to play with it. Yotta Ball Game prizes have increased. Okay, I like that. If you weren't familiar in the past, the Yotta Ball Game was the primary game. That was like what Yotta started with. That was the thing that actually won you money. That was the main thing. Then over the course of the last year or so, they've added in all these other little games, Moonshot and Minesweeper and Plinko and other stuff like that. That's just kind of like silly games of chance, a little prize wheel that'll spin around. I mean, they're all games of chance, I guess, but you would play those other carnival-ish games to then try and win tickets that would increase your chances of winning the Yotta Ball prize. So it was all in service of getting to that Yotta Ball prize money or getting better odds to win more money with the Yotta Ball, because that was like the real ticket to actual winnings. But now I think we're going to switch over a lot of that language to Yotta Cash. This is very confusing. I can see why people ask me to make a video about this. Okay, so Yotta Cash can be redeemed one-to-one with US dollars. We'll keep going from there. Yotta Ball Game prizes have increased. This is good. Rewards for funds deposited into Yotta Savings have been revised. You can earn Yotta Cash for US dollars deposited with Yotta. Eligible customers earn a 5% APY in Yotta Cash on their USD balance awarded on a daily basis. So, I mean, that sounds like a high yield savings account, which is good. I mean, what Yotta used to be that was making it so appealing was both a high yield savings account that was a baseline, plus you could win prizes on top of that. And so it was like, this is a way that you can beat a traditional banking setup. Like, don't have your money with whoever, Chase, Wells Fargo, Ally, those guys. Because even if you have a high yield savings account, you're not going to beat Yotta because they're matching that at a baseline level and you're getting prizes on top of that. So that was like, hey, it's more fun, you get more money, this is great. And right now, this almost sounds like a return to that same thing. So let's see if it is. I accept the new terms and conditions, begrudgingly. Boom. All right. Bigger prizes, more fun, more confusion. Everybody hates it, but let's do it anyway. I gotta unplug. I don't like being tethered. Yotta Ball prizes are going up and tickets are more valuable. See Yotta Ball for new prize tiers. I didn't memorize the old prize tiers, but we're definitely going to look at that. Yotta Cash is replacing tickets as a way to play all games. Okay. I guess in a way that does make sense more than the way it did before, because before you would have dollars deposited, like $100. And then based on how many dollars you had deposited, you would get a certain number of tickets. And so you had to use the tickets to win the prizes. So there was actually more separation before. If this is doing what I think it's doing, I'm hoping that unifies it and just removes tickets from the equation. So it's like, hey, you got $100, you get 100 tickets. So it's very straightforward. I guess it's not even tickets. There are no tickets. You have $100, you have 100 chances of winning, that kind of thing. Hopefully that's what it is. Let's see. We'll keep going with this little summary here. Your tickets have been automatically converted to their equivalent Yotta Cash value. Okay, $1 Yotta Cash is $1 USD. Yep. This is like Schrute bucks. Reminds me of Dwight Schrute coming in the office and having his own currency, but hopefully it's better than that. Use Yotta Cash to get tickets into Yotta Ball drawings. Makes sense. So let's start playing. Let's see what we can do here. Right off the bat, this looks basically the same as it did before. I don't see a big difference. And I just updated the app last night, so I shouldn't have another app update coming. You notice I only have $7. What if we tap on that top left, the savings streak? That looks like pretty much the same as before. I don't see a real difference there. Yacht Club still looks the same, but they are mentioning tokens. So it looks like tokens haven't changed. Let's go into games and just fast forward here. Okay, yeah, so the token versus cash thing hasn't changed. If you're unfamiliar with that, think of it like if you click on the Yotta Cash version, then this is like gambling. It's like spending your actual money to play these games in hopes that you get more. It would be like if you literally went to a fair or a festival of some kind and you played a game and you paid money to play the game and you hopefully won money by playing the game. But tokens are sort of like the investing equivalent of like a paper trade account. Tokens are like free, not connected to the actual dollars you have invested. They're just frivolous pretend play money that Yotta gives you. So if this is the same as before, I should be able to get tokens today absolutely for free, because if I go to shop, daily free bonus, 1,000 tokens. And I hadn't talked about this shop screen in a previous video before, but this is just so awkward to me, because what it's saying is I can't just claim those free 1,000 tokens today and be satisfied with that. Maybe I love this very cheesy game setup that Yotta has so much that I'm actually willing to spend real dollars to buy these fake tokens, which just seems silly to me, because like if I'm gonna go spend real money to play a game, I'd buy a video game or I'd go to a real carnival or festival or something. So that's never really connected with me. But as I'm looking at this while I'm talking to you, it almost looks like you're getting more Yotta cash than what you're spending. Like, am I getting this correct, that you just blow $1 and get 15,000 tokens? But if I spend $5 to get 100,000 tokens, I get $5 in Yotta cash. And if Yotta cash is redeemable for dollars, 1 to 1, 5 to 5, then I'm not actually spending any money here. I'm depositing 5, but I'm getting 5. Well, I'm not depositing 5. I'm spending money, but they're giving me 5. And then if you go up in a tier, if I spend $10 to get a whole bunch of tokens, 250,000 of them, then they give me $13 in Yotta cash. So it's almost like you're getting a deposit bonus by doing that. I never noticed this before. I never noticed that what they're giving you back in terms of tokens or tickets or whatever the terminology used to be surpassed the real US dollars that we're depositing. Because like right now, I'm tempted. Let's go all the way up to 3 million. If I send them $100 to buy these goofy tokens that I'll never use, they're going to actually give me $154 in Yotta cash. So then can I not just rip that $154 of Yotta cash right back out, put it right back in my bank account, and now I've profited $54? Why not? I'm a little scared of this, but why not? Let's try it. $100 going in. I'm buying 3 million tokens, which seems absolutely worthless to me, but I'm getting $154 in free Yotta cash. So I should be netting $54. This is a 1 day 54% gain, right? Buy token. They've been added to my account. Good luck. Let's play. Like, if you're not familiar with this whole token thing or these other games, you basically say how much you want to bet. I'm going to bet 10 coins. I'm going to come up in the next game, and I can either eject whenever I push the button, or I've set it to auto eject at a 3.74x return. So if this rocket keeps going all the way up to 3.74, I'll just jump out and make it out safely. But the thing blew up. I didn't make it out. So now I've lost those tokens. Do the same thing again and see if it works out any better. Well, in general, you can see the total on the top right corner there in green, 235,000 tokens currently being bet on this round. I feel like that number's a lot bigger than it used to be. I think Yotta's getting the result they want, which is people are depositing more money, getting more tokens, and playing more. Haha, I made it out. So my 10 tokens turned into 37 tokens there. And because I'm just playing with tokens, like, who cares? It doesn't actually matter. I'm only perpetuating the ability to play more of this game or other games. That doesn't actually matter that much. If I did the same thing with Yotta Cash, now I'm actually betting $1, or I'm betting $10, or however much you put in here into your bet, $1.50, $2, $3, completely on chance, hoping that you just luck out and turn that into something that is a lot more. I loved Yotta in the past because it felt like an alternative to playing the lottery, that you got a similar buzz to that lottery, to that waiting, that anticipation and hoping for what was going to happen. And there's really no way to lose, because by depositing money, you got entered into the sweepstakes. So there was no way that you were spending money on this game that you were going to lose. Instead, you just kept your money. You got to play the game. Maybe you won a little extra. It's a win-win-win. But I think that, I'm assuming, that wasn't sustainable enough for Yotta, because now what they want you to do is use real dollars, they're calling Yotta Cash, so that you don't feel the sting of you losing real dollars, to play a game like this that's totally just chance. Am I going to bet 3 real human American dollars, hoping that I turn them into $10 because this little rocket went up in the air? That's crazy town. For me, I'm not doing that. I mean, look at this. Is somebody really betting $75,000? Or are those tokens? They've got to be tokens. People are getting out. Oh, he got out at 1.94. So you can click on this little live thing and watch what's happening. So those top 2 people lost. Everybody else won on that round. It was a pretty good round. And you can see my past bets. I'm thinking that all this is just tokens, because you've got that little symbol next to the bet amount, and it looks like a token. It doesn't look like on the top left, that little dollar bill symbol. So I don't think anybody here is actually betting with real money. They're betting with tokens. But still, you're getting this kind of rep down. You're getting this momentum of, I feel like I know what the game is. I feel like I know how to play. Maybe I'll risk it with real money. I just lose respect for Yotta whenever they do this. See, and then in this verbiage, whenever I click on the little icon in the top right corner to learn about how these games work, it still says that Yotta Cash can be used to get tickets into our sweepstakes. So maybe it's not a direct one-to-one, dollar-to-dollar, what you bet versus what you win situation. Maybe it's still you bet dollars in terms of Yotta Cash to get tickets for the Yotta Ball prize. Back on the home screen, everything else looks exactly the same as it used to. So now we need to look at the Yotta Ball screen and see what looks different there, because that's really going to be the primary draw or the primary turnoff. All right, so Tuesday drawings, $1 million Yotta Cash jackpot, YC. It says 6 p.m. my time daily, so I've got about 8 hours till then. What if I click on the top right corner, get $10 in Yotta Cash for you and a friend? Yeah, if you want to sign up for this, then use my code, and then we'll each get $10 in Yotta Cash. I've got a couple past days of prizes to reveal, so let's reveal those now. Oh, I won a few cents. That's great. So it looks like they're still using tickets as a metric of entering into the drawing, which is a little bit confusing to me because I thought we were getting rid of tickets. So, I mean, I only have $6 in here, $7 in here. So if it's the old system where every $25 you have gets you one ticket, then I still don't have enough to get tickets. But I thought I had $154 in here because I just deposited it. Do I not? I sent in $100 from my bank. I should have gotten $154 in Yotta Cash, but I guess, is that only linked to these frickin' games? Is that money now gone? How do I get my money back out? I literally just sent it in, but can I get it right back out? It's not showing up in the Yotta Ball. It's not showing up in my money tab, which is quite disheartening. Available to withdraw. $6. Wow, don't do what I do, kids. Here we go. Okay, so on the account tab on the bottom right-hand corner, I still might have a chance to get out of here. Now when I open this up, I see all my separate balances in different places. So my Yotta Savings, I see a big update there, which is it earns 5% APY in Yotta Cash. So I like that, at least in theory. Then my prize balance, which is different than my Yotta Savings, that is not earning 5% APY in cash, $1.56. Then down from there is my Yotta Cash and my tickets, but who cares about that? So what I really want to know is, can I transfer my Yotta Cash into Yotta Savings or into the prize balance? If not, I just lost $100 making this video for you, so I hope it makes sense. So my total is $154.14. My redeemable is 14. Hopefully that's not because it's locked up for forever. Hopefully that's because it hasn't yet landed in the account, so I can't take it back out yet. Typically, whenever you transfer money in, it takes 2-3 business days to land, settle, and be usable. Then when you want to take it back out, it again takes 2 or 3 business days to get from one account to the other. So it's been about 10 minutes. How can I get it out of there? Only Yotta Cash won from Yotta Ball drawings can be redeemed for US dollars. Let me think about what that means. Only Yotta Cash won from Yotta Ball drawings can be redeemed. So I am in limbo. Crap. So don't do what I did. Maybe I should have read this fine print first before I deposited that money. I was trying to find this out for you, and it sounded like something that was worth doing, but it's not that easy. So here's the way I understand this now. I have Yotta Cash, but I have Yotta Cash that isn't redeemable for US dollars. So the only way that I can make it redeemable for US dollars is to win money from Yotta Ball drawings. So I might wait a couple days and come back and make another video and see if I can figure this out. If it's landed, maybe I can pull it right back out. I think not, though. I think now I've designated that $154. Well, I spent $100, but I think I've designated what is now worth $154 to these stupid games. And so I think the only way that I can get any value of that $100 back is to play these games, turn them into tickets, and then just cross my fingers and hope that I win enough money that I get $100 back. I highly doubt that, because I don't think I can get enough tickets through playing these games that I'll redeem my $100 back. But now I'm incentivized for sure to try and do that because I don't want to lose. So you've got Moonshot, which is a potential way to, I think, earn a lot, but it's totally out of your control. Go over these games and find my best odds. You've got Plinko, which is like a total random chance. I have no control over this either whatsoever. I've got Wonder Wheel, which you can turn up and down the risk. You can have a really high risk where maybe you 20x your money, but it's got that one little strip where it's going to spin around and hopefully land on that one strip. Not going to happen. Or I can do low risk, where I've got pretty good odds of 1.2xing my money. Mines is my favorite, which is basically Minesweeper. So if I play this with Yotta Cash, I assume that I can turn this into tokens, hopefully. And then Double Down is literally just heads and tails. So 50-50 chance. Well, I think that was a mistake. I think I have now lost the better part of $100 by turning it into Yotta Cash, thinking that I'd have an option to withdraw it out. I thought they would create this loophole and create some friction in taking it back out, and that maybe I could just do an immediate deposit, get a deposit bonus, and then rip it back out. But all they've done is giving me a little bit more leeway so that when I'm losing playing these games, I'm not getting as many tickets as I need to get back my $100. Maybe I feel a little bit better about it because they gave me a 54% boost. But even then, if I'm getting tons of tickets, I'm still dependent on winning the Yotta Ball prize, which is very low odds. You know, it's 1 in thousands that you win a significant amount of money. So I'm probably going to turn this $100 into $2 or $3. Well, Now I feel quite foolish. I wonder if I can win. Let's play one game of this mines game and see how many tokens we actually win. Push the little I button. Okay, so I only have one mine in there, which means my odds of losing money are fairly low. But on my second choice, I lose it. So that was $10 right there. Maybe I'll lower the bet a little bit. Okay, we're going to bet $5. We're going to play again with only one mine in this whole thing. But I've already lost $10 worth, so now I've got to like really crush it. I mean, in theory, I think you could do something like this and say, okay, I've gotten my 1.27x return, so now I should cash out and then just play again and play it safe and never have to get that close to pushing up against that limit of the mine. So it says I've won 6.35. How do I convert this Yotta Cash that I've bought into Yotta Ball tokens though? Oh, interesting. This looks like now a ticket is 0.05 cents. Oh, this is different now. So I think it's instead of for every $20 deposited, you got one ticket. Now I think it's for every $1 deposited, you get 20 tickets. That's different than before, right? I thought it was the opposite before. So if I turn one Yotta Cash into 20 tickets, now I have 20 tickets. We're going to hit autoplay with 20 tickets per day, save autoplay savings, and I think that's all we can do. So in theory, if I wanted to spend a bunch of time playing that Minesweeper game, which I think is the best odds of all the games because you have the most control, maybe I could slowly over time take my $150 worth of Yotta Cash and turn it into more Yotta Cash that then can be funneled through the Yotta Ball game and hopefully turn into actual dollars. But the way I have it, I can't just rip it back out. This is so disappointing. Wow. I feel like maybe I was a little bit wishful in my thinking there, but never in this process of shopping. Like, let's say I'm going to do another $10. Never did this say your Yotta Cash can only be redeemed for US dollars when it's won from Yotta Ball drawings. It did not say that anywhere else. I think this is the most important part of this new update. The most cryptic, deceptive, crappy part on Yotta's part that now I've figured out by losing $100 for you. Only Yotta Cash won from Yotta Ball drawings can be redeemed for US dollars. That is the crux to this whole system. That's the way that they're going to trick people with this whole system, like they tricked me just now. And maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe you're like screaming at your computer right now going, dude, nobody's tricked by that. I read the fine print first. Okay, that's fine. I'll take the L for everybody. But hopefully me taking that L saves you the pain of having to do the same exact thing right now. Wow, that is very disappointing. Okay. All right, fast forward 2 hours later, I've got a little update for you. So I've been editing the video. I've been trying to kind of double check my assumptions. I was obviously wrong in the beginning. I can't get the money out. I tried to get out of the bank. It wouldn't work. And then I went back to the Yotta FAQ page and I thought, oh, well, maybe they've explained this well in the Yotta FAQ page and I should have gone there first. And maybe in hindsight, yeah, I could have, but I also expect them to describe this in such a way in the app that you don't have to search through 10 pages of FAQ pages. So what I'm going to do is link all of this stuff that I'm about to show you in the description so you can read it at your own time and in your own pace, but I'll also give you like the downloaded version of what I've learned from looking at this and save you the trouble of what I just did. So the link that I'm going to send you looks like this, which is the introduction to Yotta Cash. And then whenever we click on how do I redeem Yotta Cash for US dollars, this is the core of the issue, and this goes into more depth than I even knew before. So it starts with only Yotta Cash won from Yotta Ball drawings can be redeemed for US dollars at a rate of 1 Yotta Cash to US dollars. This is completely transformative. This is so deceptive to think that you put money in and it transforms into Yotta Cash, but you can't take it out. It's got to go through this filter of the Yotta Ball drawing, end up with far less than what you started with, and then it's going to come out the other side as a little bit of money. I'm guessing they feel justified in making this change in completely stripping us of our ability to put in and take out money at our own pace and in a logical way, because now they're saying, well, it's a 5% APY account. Now you're earning so much interest that you don't need to get interest from the game. You don't have to earn winnings. You don't have to rely on that for your returns. You're getting it as a baseline. And so now it's kind of okay for you to be losing money as a foundational thing because you're gaining it over here. I think this is a foundational switch from what's been happening, and it's really confusing. It was not communicated well, and this is not okay. If you're going to do something like this that drastically reroutes how this money needs to flow in your app, you've got to make it clear. You've got to make that really apparent to people so they know what the heck is going on. Not only will a lot of us leave because it's just confusing, but now a lot of us are going to leave when we find this out that it's BS. This is not a great service anymore. But let's keep going because there's more negative news. It says very specifically, Yotta Cash earned any other way, such as Yotta Cash earned from other games, as a bonus with a token purchase, that's what I did, mail-in request, APY accrual, yacht club, or loot boxes are not eligible to be redeemed directly for US dollars. So maybe I have a little bit of hope there because it's saying Yotta Cash won from a bonus with a token purchase. Maybe I can still withdraw my original deposit whenever that hits one of these days, and I just lose the extra $54 that was the bonus. That would be fine with me. I don't need to redeem that directly, but I'm not holding out hope for that. I'm not expecting that. If anything, I'm expecting them to keep it all. It says very specifically, you must play Yotta Cash earned from any of the above methods in the Yotta Ball game to get Yotta Cash that's actually eligible for prize redemption. To me, they're completely different things. Why would you change the name of this thing to go from tokens or tickets or whatever it was before? Tickets, I guess. Why would you go from tickets, which everyone understands aren't really money, and conflate that now with this new term of Yotta Cash? It's so confusing. Sometimes Yotta Cash is redeemable for dollars, but sometimes it's completely worthless to you and is basically a ticket. It's not easy to know when, unless you create yourself a chart or you reference this FAQ page all the time to know which Yotta Cash is which. This is so disappointing. One thing I also forgot to cover was the new Yotta Ball prizes, so let's do that now. So this is now the new breakdown of what we can allegedly win, and it compares the old prize versus the new prize. So tell me if you're happy with these prizes based on the rest of the changes. Do these new prizes justify the crappy new changes? Prizes are won in Yotta Cash, which is redeemable immediately for $1-to-1 US dollars. Now we know that. The things you win from the Yotta Ball are immediately redeemable, but nothing else is, okay? For example, a $200 Yotta Cash prize can be redeemed for $200 US dollars. So now the best possible prize, of course, is $1 million, but it's not dollars, it's Yotta Cash. In this case, it means the same thing, but in other cases, it doesn't. The next best prize used to be 20 grand. Now it's 100 grand. Then the third place prize was 2,000. Now it's 20,000. But why do they have asterisks? What does that mean? Oh, split between multiple winners. So second and third place will be split between multiple winners, but that's the same as it was before. So that's not really a change. Fourth place is where if you match 3 normal numbers plus the Yotta Ball, used to be $20, now it's $200. Same thing with just 4 normal numbers without the Yotta Ball, $200. Then you can go through the rest of the list and see everything else has been bumped up. I like bigger prizes. This does make it less worse, but only a little bit, because I'm not counting on this being a substantial thing. Man, this is so disappointing. Well, Yotta went from something that I was happy to recommend, that I think was a good alternative to the lottery, good alternative to high yield savings accounts, was a fun thing to use in general. We're not all the way there to where they're outright tricking people, but it's so deceptive and you have to dig so much through all of this FAQ crap and think through how their currencies translate to other currencies and the restrictions they have set up that it's a bit like driving into a cul-de-sac. You know, there's no way out. You put your money in and it's a difficult way to get your money back out because you've got to go through these games and ultimately through their prizes. So it's a wreck. Yotta is not worth using. Forget about it. Put your money somewhere else. If you have cash and you want to put it somewhere else that is a safer, more clear, less confusing, less carnival-like way to save money, then I'm going to make a future video here, probably in the next 5 to 10 days, about alternatives of where we can put our cash, because odds are interest rates are going to be coming down in the next year, maybe less. Could be longer. I mean, no one actually knows, but there have been hints that interest rates are coming down this year in 2024. So if that's the case, even this 5% APY that they're promising us now won't be 5% for long. It'll be some lower amount. And so we've got to find a place to put our cash that is secure, that's still high yielding, that still makes sense. Do we put it in some other kind of savings vehicle? Do we put it in some other bank product? Do we put it in something that's in between an investing and a banking product, like a brokered CD that you only get from an investing company? Do you invest it? Do you invest it in such a way that you're getting cash off of it and that it's fairly safe, but hopefully you're not going to lose it? So we have to make a decision here pretty soon with our cash if we're going to keep it optimized. And unfortunately, Yotta is not the business anymore. Forget about Yotta. I may close down my account. I don't know. I'm going to try and get this money back out somehow. If I find a way that I can get it out, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'm disappointed and ready to never use Yotta again. Here's a different video that's worth watching where I don't lose $100. All right. See you guys next time. Bye.